can study from the free resources, right? I can't. I used to watch Netflix. I used to doom scroll. The doors will be automatically locked. It used to be rock, mass songs with too much of music, too loud. My God, proper desi music will come and they'll wake up smoothly in a gentle way, like, "Hey, wake up! It's morning. You're strong. You're beautiful." All that shit did not happen. He will not say good morning. He will not write date, day, topic of discussion. Nothing like that. All the time serious face. Is that your question? Did I ask you that question? Get out of. So that was the first class, and that's from that day onwards. Not just me, all of us stopped acting smart because some of us might afford it, some of us might not afford it, or some of us might be confident in doing things on our own, and some of us might not be confident. So I don't want to influence your opinion. I'm only sharing my journey and my thought process. And yes, that's again another disclaimer. Otherwise, there are so many free sources, but my mind should be in such a way that I can study from the free resources, right? I can't. That's why I have decided to do this. And I wanted to ask out for help, and then now I'm actually doing that. Yes. So, most important thing is I have enrolled for the coaching classes. That said and done. Second is making a scientific routine for the day. It's very important. Again, previously, how I used to study was I used to wake up in whichever time I want. Once 10, once 9, one day 5 a.m. in the morning, one day probably 1 p.m. 1 p.m. I never woke up. Yeah, 5 okasari, 7 okasari, 9, 10 okasari. So that is one thing. I used to sleep. I used to watch Netflix. I used to doom scroll, and I used to do all of that. Or probably watch YouTube and all of that. And I used to sleep one time at 12 and then 1 a.m. like that. That is another mistake. Third, I used to eat whatever comes my way. One, because of stress eating, or two, because I just wanted to eat. Fourth, I have always been exercising, which is one very important part of my life. So I do have that good part in me. So there are things like this. Now let me tell you why that will affect in a bad way. Structure is very important, because when I sit at the study table, I should not be thinking like, what should I study? How should I study? It should be pre-decided, so that the decision making will reduce and the energy to study will increase. For example, from my again IIT Jee coaching days experience, the structure used to be as follows. Morning 5 a.m. we have to get up. Now nobody will come and they'll wake up smoothly in a gentle way, like, "Hey, wake up! It's morning. You're strong. You're beautiful." All that shit did not happen. They used to take a glass, they used to take a spoon, and they used to bang these two together in the mic, in the speakers. It used to be very disturbing. It used to be too noisy, and we used to wake up with a jerk. And or they'll play songs and music again in the speakers. Now, songs, music ante oka pleasant music kaadu. It used to be rock, mass songs with too much of music, too loud. My God, proper desi music and all they used to play. So no matter what, we'll be forced to get up. 5 to 6, we have to quickly fresh up. If we want to have milk, we can have milk. All of that. No heavy breakfast again. So freshing up, having whatever we have to do, getting some milk, and by 6 a.m. my day used to start. By 6 a.m. we have to sit in the classroom. We have to be in our bench, because if that is not happening, the doors will be automatically locked. Once the door is locked, and once you're not in the classroom, the attendance will be marked as absent. And once that is done, they'll call your parents. Your parents are bound to come. The moment they come, the moment the parents come, it used to be hell and torture, because they'll dig out all your progress reports. They'll dig out your marks, how you're performing, how many classes you attended, how many classes you did not attend. Why physics lo enduku takku vachindi, mathematics lo single digit, chemistry lo, oh my God, organic chemistry is weak, or probably physics lo so and so chapters advanced section you're not performing well, like that. They'll dig out everything, and that used to be even more scary. So to avoid that, I used to get up even before 5. I used to get up around 4:30, because I want to take shower. Without shower, I'll not feel fresh. And I don't want to get up with that music. I don't want to get up with that noise. So me and there used to be another girl. Now I don't want to. I think I forgot her name. Also, we are not in contact after that. So me and her, we used to. Sorry, she and I. We used to get up at 4:30. We used to aram se fresh up. We used to go have milk together. We used to take a walk in the balcony or in the cellar. And by the time they used to wake up at 5, everyone else used to wake up at 5. We just used to take a nice walk and relax. And by 6, we used to come. So this way, I had enough amount of time to feel refreshed. So I'm not a person who can do things in haste and in hurry and in restricted times. I have to first breathe. It's okay, right? I mean, we all are different, and some of us can't hustle. I can't hustle. It's just how I am. And I think this exam, for my upcoming civil service examination, I have to play on my strengths. This is why I'm telling. So, by 6 o'clock, 6 to 7:30, we have to study. We have the first slot was chemistry. That was organic chemistry for 1.5 hours. Sometimes organic, sometimes inorganic. It doesn't matter. But first slot was chemistry. 6 to 7:30 we used to study. 7:30 to 8 it used to be breakfast. Yeah, somewhere like that. Or sometimes 6 to 7 we used to study. 7 to 7:40 breakfast. 7:40 sharp we have to be in class. The person who used to teach organic chemistry used to come, and he will not say good morning. He will not write date, day, topic of discussion, nothing like that. All the time serious face. The moment we see him, we'll be extremely alert like this. spine erect and everything. So the moment he enters the classroom, pin drop silence, and gadagada కొంచెం మేమైతే వణికే వాళ్ళం, ఎందుకంటే the first hour of the class, the first couple of minutes of the class starts with questions. So let me tell you an example. Let me tell you an episode here. Why I got super inspired by this person, and suddenly నాకు చదువుకోవడం అంటే చాలా ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వచ్చింది. I was very interested in studying. One of the major events that played in my role in my life is as follows. Let me tell you. So this person came. I don't know his name actually speaking. He did not even tell his name. But in those 2 years of time. So yeah, he came. He said today you'll have an oral test. So we said okay fine. But he said no, not today, tomorrow. So we said okay fine. Nicely, I have studied whatever they have. I think they were talking about aromatic compounds, the bonds, and most importantly, he said he will be asking on benzene and the related compounds and all of that. So we said okay fine. So we were sitting in bench ke oka 2 to 3 members, and he said, this is what you have to study. We're like, okay, let him ask him what's a big deal. Anyways, he explained, we studied, what's the big deal. So next to me, one girl was sitting. He asked her to get up, and she got up. He asked a question to her. She did not answer. And I know the answer. I was like, oh wow, what an easy question. ఇది కూడా రాదా, ఇది రాదా, తెలుసు ఇంతే కదా, ఇలా దీనికి ఇక్కడ OH గ్రూప్ అటాచ్ చేస్తాం, ఇక్కడ ఇది తీస్తాం, అలా ఇంతే కదా అనుకొని I was so excited. And he's like, next. I woke up and I told the answer with so much pride in my face. Instead of appreciating me, he said, is that your question? Did I ask you a question? Get out of my class. And I was very like, why can't he appreciate? That was my question. He's like, is that your question? Did I ask you that question? Get out of my class. Then I got kicked out of the class. Then next girl stood up. He asked one question. She did not answer. He asked the another person to get up, and he asked another question. She did not answer. Next, like that, from one chapter, 60 members in the class, he asked 60 different questions. That's when I have realized that, my God, knowledge and application is too vast than I thought. I'm a pilla bacha. I'm just a stupid bacha. ఏం తెలియదు, ఏదో పెద్ద, yeah, I'm that, I'm this అని అనుకోవచ్చేదాన్ని. He kept me too grounded and rooted that day. Then I have realized, we are not supposed to act too smart in front of people who have seen certain life and who have had some experience. So that was the first class, and that's from that day onwards, not just me, all of us stopped acting smart in front of our lecturers, because these people actually cracked IIT exam. They did their masters in IITs and all of that stuff, and they have done their PhDs. Then that was the first experience. So yeah, coming back to my routine, I'll tell more stories like this. Coming back to my routine, actually speaking, this inspired me because I was super stunned by the application, the diversity of questions, the way he's framing questions from just one damn chapter. I liked. From that day, I was like, wow, even I want to study like him. I like it. I like the intelligence aspect of it, the framing of the questions aspect. I like how diverse it is. I like the application part of it. And he constantly used to tell where this can be applied. So theory is very much in sync with